Hello friends, welcome to my channel. Welcome to Daily Code Challenges. I'm so excited to be here again. So today is day 20 and a very quick recap of what we did yesterday. Yesterday was day 19. We talked about the Fibonacci. Fibonacci is a sequence of numbers whose first and second elements are 1 and having its subsequent values to be sums of the previous two numbers, right? That's why we have an array such as what we have on line 24 here and line 25. All right, so if you see 2, 2 here is a sum of 1 and 1, 3 here is a sum of 2 and 1, 5 here is a sum of 3 and 2, 8 here is a sum of 5 and 3. All right, so today is the 20. Let me close the 19. Today is the 20, and what we have for today is called has vowel. All right. So it says write a function has vowel that takes in a parameter called string. The function should return a boolean true if the string contains at least one vowel, false otherwise. All right. Now, how can we approach this? Before we go into the code implementation, what does this really mean? Here, we are expected to write a function and pass in an argument such as dog, conventional, and reading. If any of these arguments contain a vowel, we have a true as our result. If otherwise, we have a false. Here, conventional, we have vowel, we have O, E, I, O, A. So we have a true. Dog here, we have O. So we have true. Reading has no vowel. Therefore, we have a false. Right? Okay, so I think let's move into the code implementation now. I am going to be using, there are actually different ways we can get this done, but I'm going to be using one of JavaScript's methods called index of. Let's see how the index of works. Index of, it takes in a value and check if that value can be found in a string. Let's say we have a string called JavaScript. Then we want to check if a value or if an argument can be found in JavaScript. We say dot index of, then we put that then we write that value in a string because JavaScript is a string and index of is a string method. So we say index of, let's pick one of the characters we have here. Let's choose T. And then let's say equal to, all right, no, let's console this first. We use console log and then let's comment this once here. So I save this and I run. We get 9. Okay, what if we remove T and then put C in place of it? We save this and we run. We get 5. So 9 and 5 are simply the index of the character we are inserting. For instance, C here is on the index 5 because we count from 0 in JavaScript. JavaScript is an index-based language, so we start counting from 0. J represents 1, A represents 2, V represents 3, A represents 4, S represents 5, right? So we have 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so we understand that C is on the 5th index. Similarly to 9, to T rather, let's count the index at which T is. We have 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. All right. So what if we put in a character that is not found in JavaScript, such as, let's say, F. Let's save this and then let's run. Here we have -1. -1 simply means not found, right? So this is the logic we are going to be using to solve this has vowel function, right? Here we will see that if we come here and say javascript.index of f equal to -1, that means we are checking if this is going to result to a -1. If it's going to result to a -1, it will give us a true as a boolean value. Let's save this and run again. It gives us a true because f cannot be found in this string. Let's add f here and see if we are still going to get true. We get a false. Let's remove f and then instead of saying equal to here, we say not equal to. We save and we run. We have a false also. So it is trying to tell us that f f here, this expression says that f can be found in this expression because it's saying not equal to, not found. But whereas f cannot be found, so we have a false. All right, so we comment this and then we go straight into the code implementation of our challenge. All right. Okay, so our function name is hasVowel. Let's write the function keyword and change name here to hasVowel. And hasVowel takes in a parameter called str for string, right? Now, what are vowels? How do we know if if an argument contains a vowel or not? The first we need to do is to declare a vowel, right? We say const vowel equals the vowels we have are a, e, I, o, u, right? Const vowel equals a, e, I, o, u. Then we come to the next line and then we run a for loop. We are going to loop through every value of string to check if the value of string can be found in vowel, right? Such as D here. We run D against A, E, I, O, U. We run O against A, E, I, O, U. And the moment it sees that O is present in A, E, I, O, U, it returns a true, right? At least one vowel is all we need to decide or to tell if that string contains a vowel. All right, so let's run the for loop. We say for let index equal to 0. So I'm going to turn the index into I here. Then I remove array.length. We are not working with array.length because the argument here is not called array, rather it's called string. So we say str.length, and then I'm going to remove this line of code. So what we are simply doing here is that we want to loop from the 0 index to the index of to the length of whatever the string characters are. Here for dog, we have 3 as the length of this string because we have just 3 characters in it. Similarly, this one we can count this and then count here also. So we are looping from 0 to the number of characters we have in string. Then the next thing we can do here is I think we have to write a condition. We say if now what's the condition going to be? We say if vowel dot index of using the example that I gave on this line 21. If vowel dot index of now index of what? Index of a character such as D, O, or G. But here we are not going to hard code the characters inside. Rather, we simply just say string, then place in every character in string, because string here is a parameter that takes in the argument given, such as dog, conventional, reading. All right, so we are going to look through every character in dog, that's the OG, every character in conventional, every character in reading, to see if any one of them is a vowel that matches this vowel string. All right, and then we say if if we have a match, that means we say not equal to -1, meaning that there's a match, right? We return true. Then anything outside this for loop, we return false. Then we hit the save key. Let's run this and see if we're on the right track. I'm simply going to run this code. Okay, here we get a true, true, true. Let's see if that's what we are expected to get. Okay, yes, dog has a vowel. Conventional also has a vowel, more than a vowel. It has O, E, I, O, and A. It has up to 5 vowels. One, two, three, four, five. Yes. Rhythm has no vowel, right? Therefore, we have a false. So our code implementation works. Wow, wonderful. All right. There are other ways to also solve this. Let's assume that we pass in a value, we pass in a string that contains a vowel but an uppercase vowel. Like let's say in line 19 here, we have a capital A, an uppercase A. We save. Let's run and see if we are going to have a false or a true. So I run this and we still have a false, right? We have a false despite the fact that A is a vowel. So here what we need to do is that on line 8 we said const vowel equals A, E, I, O, U in lowercase, right? We can choose to add the uppercase values of vowels as well. We can say A, E, I, O, U. So here now it's not going to it's not going to so here now the loop is not just going to loop through lowercase A, E, I, O, U, but also instances where we have uppercase vowel as well. So we run this, we save this, and let's run again. Here we are expected to have true, true, true this time around because we have an uppercase A in reading. So I run this and we have true, true, true. All right. So let's remove this A here and let's leave it the way it is. Let's add one more example here. Let's copy this and let's edit it. Let's say we have apple. Apple should return true. So let's run this. Here we have true, true, false, true, right? Okay, so this is my code implementation for has vowel function, and has vowel function helps us to check if a character or a string is vowel or contains vowel, right? So thanks for having me and I'm so glad to be here. See you tomorrow. Have fun. Bye.